The perimeter of a shape is the distance around the outside of the shape. To calculate perimeter, we just need to add up all the sides. Another way of thinking about this is, imagine if you were a little person and you had to walk around the outside of this shape. You're trying to calculate the total distance that you would have walked. So all you do is add up all the sides and write down your answer. Because we're talking about distance, you also need to put a unit of measurement on the end of your answer. So the perimeter of this shape is 12 meters. It's exactly the same process if you've got a different kind of shape, so it works on other shapes other than rectangles. All you do is you add up all the sides. So the perimeter of this shape is 16 meters. That should help with question 1 on the worksheet. Now, if you have a rectangle and you've only been given the lengths of 2 of the sides, because we know that the perimeter has to be all of the sides added up together, and because we know rectangles, with rectangles, this line and this line is the same, and this line and this line is the same, we can fill in the missing sides. So this side is 10 centimeters because it's the same as this one, and the top is 4 centimeters because it's the same as this one. Once you've filled in the missing sides, you can then add them together and work out the perimeter. So the perimeter of that shape is 28 centimeters. That should help with question 2 on the worksheet. If we have a square and we've only been given one side, we know we need all of the sides to be able to work out the perimeter, but we also know with squares, all the sides are the same. So that means if this side is 10, that means all the other sides are 10 as well. So once you've filled in the sides, then you just need to add them all together. Or you could just do this one multiplied by 4. It's up to you. You should get 40 centimeters either way. That should help with question 3 on the worksheet. If you have an equilateral triangle, what that means is all the sides of the triangle are the same. So if you know one of the sides, then that means that all of the sides are the same length as that one. And then again, you just add them all together. Or, since it's a triangle, you could multiply it by 3, since triangles have 3 sides. So the perimeter of that one is 9 centimeters. That should help with question 4 on the worksheet. If you have a triangle that looks like this, this is an isosceles triangle, which means that these sides are the same as each other. So if this side is 10, then that means that this side is also 10. Once you've filled in the missing side, then again, you just add them all together. So the perimeter of that one is 24 meters. That should help with question 5. If you have been told that your shape is a regular shape, that means that all the sides are the same. So what you need to do is count how many sides there are in total. So this shape has 8 sides. And then you can either add this number 8 times, since they're all 5 centimeters. Or a quicker way is to do 5 times the number of sides, so 5 times 8. It's up to you. So whichever way you do it, the perimeter of that shape is 40 centimeters. That should help with question 6 on the worksheet. If you have a shape like this, and it's got missing sides, you need to work out the missing sides, but there's a certain process that you need to do in order to work out the missing sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all the vertical lines. So out of all the vertical lines, we know that this one is 6 centimeters, this one is 2 centimeters, and we've got one missing vertical line. Now, to work out the missing line, what you do is the longest vertical line take away the shortest vertical line. Because by doing that, if you're doing 6, take away 2, what you're left over with is this vertical line here. So 6 take away 2 is 4, which means this line is 4 centimeters. We're going to do the same for the horizontal lines, so we're going to highlight them. And looking at them, we know this one is 7, we know this one is 3, and we need to work out this one. So again, you do the longest one, take away the shorter one to work out the missing side. And this one just so happens to be 4 as well. So 4 centimetres. Once you've filled in the missing lines, then you can work out the perimeter. So you just go around them, adding them all up. So the perimeter of this shape is 26 centimetres. These questions can also look like this. So we'll do the same, we'll highlight all the vertical lines. So we know this one is 2 centimetres, this one is 2 centimetres, but we don't know the longest one. So instead of subtracting for these ones, we can see that this one plus this one is the height of this one. So we're going to add them. So 2 add 2 is 4, which means this side is 4 centimetres. Same for the horizontal, we're going to highlight them. And again, we know the shorter ones, but we don't know the longest one. So we know that this from here to here is 1 centimetre, and from here to here is 4 centimetres. So we are going to add them together to get the total. So this one is 5 centimetres. Once you've done that, you just go around and add them all up to get the perimeter, which for this one is 18 centimetres. That should help with question 7 on the worksheet. Now these questions are slightly different. This time they've given you the perimeter. So the perimeter of this shape is 22 centimetres, and they've asked you to work out a missing side. Now this is a rectangle, so we know that if this side is 8, then this side down at the bottom is also 8. With these questions, what you do is you add up everything that you know. So we can add these two together, and those are because those are the only things that we know. So 8 add 8, which is 16. Then what you can do is the perimeter take away 16. So 22 take away 16, which is 6. Now what that means is the leftover sides, because we know that these ones were 16 altogether, 6 is what these two sides are if we added them together. But we're only wanting to find one of them. So what we need to do is half the answer. So 6 divided by 2, which is 3 centimetres. So that means the x is 3 centimetres. So let's just quickly go over the points there. So first thing we did was we filled in everything that we knew. So since that side was 8, we could fill in that this side was 8. Then we added the sides, so we added the 8 and 8, and we got 16. Then we subtracted our answer from the perimeter, and we got 6. Then we halved the answer to give us 3. Now that should help with question 8 on the worksheet.